fries, chips, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. They all come from the same humble plant, but the journey from field to plate is far more interesting than most people realize. The potato is one of the most common foods in the world, yet many people still do not know what it actually is, where it came from, or how it grows. It is not a root in the simple way many people think. It does not usually start from tiny seeds like most garden vegetables. And before it became a global food, it spent thousands of years in the Andes of South America, where people learned how to grow it in harsh mountain conditions. Today, potatoes are eaten by more than 1 billion people and turned into everything from simple boiled meals to industrial food products like flakes and starch. What a potato actually is: a potato is a tuber. That means it is a swollen underground stem that stores energy for the plant. This matters because a potato is not the same thing as a root. Under the soil, the potato plant sends out underground stems called stolons. At the ends of those stolons, the plant builds tubers, and those tubers are the potatoes we eat. If you have ever noticed the little eyes on a potato, those are buds. Given the right conditions, those buds can sprout and grow into a new potato plant. In other words, the potato is both food and a storage organ the plant uses to reproduce and survive. Origin and history of potatoes: the potato began in the Andes of South America, especially around the region of modern-day Peru and Bolivia. Evidence from major agricultural sources suggests that potatoes were domesticated there around 8,000 years ago, near Lake Titicaca. Over many generations, indigenous farmers selected potatoes with better size, taste, storage ability, and growing strength. That long process created huge diversity. Even today, thousands of native potato varieties are still found in the Andean highlands. In the 16th century, Spanish explorers carried potatoes to Europe. At first, the plant was treated more like a curiosity than a major food. But over time, Europeans realized that potatoes could produce a lot of food and grow in many different conditions. From Europe, the potato spread across the world. How potatoes are cultivated: potatoes need planning before they ever go into the ground. Farmers usually choose disease-free planting material, prepare loose soil, and grow potatoes in open sunny fields. Good soil matters because the tubers expand underground, so the plant needs space and drainage. During the growing season, farmers manage water, nutrients, weeds, pests, and diseases. One common step is called hilling. That means pulling soil up around the base of the plant as it grows. Hilling helps protect developing tubers from light, gives them room to grow, and supports the plant. Potatoes also need more fertility than many garden vegetables, which is one reason farmers pay close attention to soil condition and field management. How potatoes grow underground from seed tubers: one of the most surprising facts about potatoes is that farmers usually do not plant botanical seeds. Yes, potato plants can make flowers and even small berries with true seeds, but commercial growers and most gardeners usually plant seed potatoes, also called seed tubers or seed pieces. These are pieces of potato with healthy buds or eyes that can sprout. Once planted, the seed tuber sends up shoots above the ground and roots below it. Then the underground stems, called stolons, begin to grow outward. At the ends of those stolons, tubers start forming and slowly enlarge as the plant stores starch in them. That is how one planted seed potato can lead to a cluster of new potatoes underground. When and how potatoes are harvested: potatoes are harvested after the plants reach maturity. For small, new potatoes, harvesting can happen earlier, while mature storage potatoes are usually dug after the vines dry down and the tubers have developed stronger skins. Farmers use digging tools or machines to lift the potatoes from the soil. Timing matters. If potatoes are harvested too early, their skins may be delicate and easy to damage. If they stay too long under bad field conditions, disease and quality problems can increase. The goal is to lift the crop carefully, avoid bruising, and bring in tubers that are mature enough for storage or processing. What happens after harvest? After harvest, the potatoes are not immediately ready for every use. First, they are cleaned or at least brushed so excess soil is removed. Then they are sorted. Damaged, diseased, green, or badly misshapen potatoes are separated from sound ones. Potatoes meant for longer storage are usually cured for several days in dark, controlled conditions so small wounds can heal and the skin can toughen. After that, they are stored cool, dark, and with the right humidity to reduce sprouting, shrinkage, and rot. Light is a problem because it can turn potatoes green. The green color itself is chlorophyll, but it can signal a rise in toxic compounds called glycol colloids such as solanine. That is one reason good storage matters so much. How potatoes become different foods at the simplest level. Some potatoes are just washed and cooked whole. Boiled potatoes are made by cooking them in water until the flesh softens. Mashed potatoes start the same way, but then the cooked potato is crushed and usually mixed with ingredients like butter or milk for a smoother texture. Baked potatoes are cooked dry, usually in an oven, so the inside becomes fluffy while the skin firms up. Different varieties are often chosen for different textures, which is why some potatoes are better for baking and others for boiling. Fries take the potato in another direction. Potatoes are cut into strips, often blanched first, dried, and then fried or sometimes baked. Chips are usually made by slicing potatoes very thin and then frying or baking them until crisp. Some potato snacks are made from whole slices, while others are made from dried potato material that is formed into a uniform shape. This shows how one crop can become both a home-cooked food and a highly processed snack. Potato flakes are another big product. These are made from potatoes that have been cooked, mashed, and dehydrated. Later, water or milk can be added to turn them back into a mashed potato-style food. Potato starch is different. It is extracted from potatoes by breaking them down, separating the starch from the rest of the material, and drying that starch into a powder. In the kitchen, potato starch is used as a thickener. Outside the kitchen, it is also used in products like paper, adhesives, and other industrial materials. So when we say a potato becomes many products, that is not an exaggeration at all. Why potatoes became globally important for a few simple reasons. They produce a lot of food from a relatively small area of land, they can grow in many climates, and they are filling, versatile, and easy to cook in different ways. They moved from the Andes to Europe, then from Europe and other trade networks to the wider world. Today they are grown on a large scale across many continents and are considered one of the world's major food crops. FAO has described the potato as the third most available food crop globally after rice and wheat, and more than 1 billion people eat potatoes regularly. That combination of adaptability, productivity, and familiarity is why the potato became one of the defining foods of everyday life. Myth versus reality. A common myth is that potatoes are roots. In reality, the edible potato is a tuber, which is an underground stem. Another myth is that farmers mostly grow potatoes from seeds in the same way they grow tomatoes or peppers. In reality, potatoes are usually grown from seed tubers, not from the true seeds inside the plant's berries. And here is one more important one: green potatoes are not just ugly potatoes. The green color is a warning sign that harmful compounds may have increased, so badly greened or bitter potatoes should not be treated as normal food. One more surprising fact is that the potato plant can produce berries with real seeds, but those berries are poisonous and are not the part people eat. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Then tap the bell icon to turn on all notifications so you never miss any of our future videos.